What's up, YouTube? This is Nameless here, bringing another video. Today we're going to talk about the iPad Pro. So Apple had their event yesterday, and the one that kind of stuck out to me, besides the MacBook Air and the still rumors of the charging pad, which we're probably never going to see, but who knows, the iPad Pro was just different. You know, it looks like it was more like a iPhone 10 on steroids, pretty much. But we're going to get into some specs and go over some stuff and what we got to look forward to. All right, ready? Let's talk about it.
That's my best friend.
So the iPad Pro is coming in at two different sizes, right? We're coming in at 11-inch and we're coming in at the 12.9. They're both featuring what they call the same actual kind of screen, which is called a liquid crystal retina display. It's coming in at a resolution of 2888 by 1668 at a PPI at 264. The 11-inch is starting at $799, and the 12.9-inch is going to be starting at $999. So $1,000 for an iPad is pretty high. But I guess from the features and stuff that they added in, the new chipset and stuff, which I'm going to go over those type of specs, I'm not sure if it's justified, but who knows? Well, you know, I'm not the one that's setting prices nowadays. They made it smaller. They made it now 5.9 millimeters thick, so it's even smaller than it was before, which I thought was extremely small, but it's now even thinner than it was before. They're coming in with four stereo speakers. That's going to be on each side when the actual iPad is in landscape mode. And these stereo speakers are supposed to actually have tweeters in it. So it's supposed to be some improved audio in this device. So that's some more impressive stuff that they added in there. It's coming in four different options. It's going to come in a 64 gig, 256 gig storage option, a 512 gigabyte storage option, and now a 1 terabyte storage option. It's going to be featuring the A12X Bionic chip, which comes with the 8 cores CPU and a 7 core CPU, which Apple has rated to say is actually going to be the same type of graphics you would achieve from an Xbox One S is supposed to be able to be added, or supposed to be equivalent to this iPad. So that right there is kind of impressive alone. You know what I mean? I mean, not too many people pay too many, like, you know, as far as online-based games. At least I know I don't. Me personally, I can't say that I play too many online-based games. But if you do, the graphics are going to be amazing on it, you know, especially comparing them to actual physical consoles that's already out there. There's no more home button. There's no more Touch ID. It's all Face ID now. And the difference between this Face ID compared to the Face ID on the iPhone XS or the XS Max or the 10 is the fact that no matter what orientation, whether it be landscape, portrait, it's going to read the 3D print that it has on your face and will unlock the device. That's pretty cool. Don't know why you didn't put it in the iPhone 10 or the XS Max this year. Just because, you know, if you actually have your phone up on the dash and it's in landscape mode, you can't unlock the device. So maybe they'll add that next year. There's one more thing that I was actually a big surprise about. Now, the iPad has now moved to USB-C. It was a smart move on their behalf because majority of the other connectors that's out there, as far as like USB-C to HDMI or USB-C to DisplayPort, those ports exist, and you will now be able to use those on an iPad and connect to monitors that's 4 or 5K compatibility. So that's pretty impressive. I do like that factor as well. Again, it was one of those things where it's long overdue, and I feel that since you already switched over your Mac Minis, your MacBook Pros, your pretty much all your devices except for the phone is now USB-C and USB-C charging, why didn't you just make the iPhone XS series this year USB-C? So my assumption is that I think the next year that we're with the iPhone 11, I think that it's going to be USB-C. And what's leading me to believe that is the fact that they didn't put the USB-C, the Thunderbolt headphone dongle in the box this year. So I'm thinking that Apple's just trying to save a little bit of money and just already preparing people for it. Like, don't get used to the lightning bolt port because it's going to be gone next year. Don't hold me against that. It's just my assumptions, but I wouldn't be surprised if they switch over on the actual iPhones to USB-C as of next year. It's one of those things where those cables are easily accessible. There's, it's just about time that Apple gets on the standards where every other phone is on. And it's just going to make life easier. So we'll see how that goes. They also added a new Apple Pencil. So the new Apple Pencil has been redesigned, looks pretty nice. It actually will attach to the top of the iPad magnetically and charge. So since there's no more lightning bolt port in the bottom of the iPads and there's no USB-C cap, they're actually going to basically attach it to the top of the iPad and will allow you to actually pair and charge. Also, they added some other supportability on it where you can actually double tap a certain portion of the pen, and that will actually navigate and bounce between the two things. So if you pick up the pen, it's automatically, and you unlock the iPad, it's automatically going to open in Notes. And if you double tap it, it can go between your pencil and your eraser mode, so you can go ahead and erase things and then double tap it again, and then you can start going back to sketching or writing or taking notes, whatever you want to do. These devices are available on November 7th, so next week. You can pre-order right now if you want and have it delivered or have it mailed or pick it up from the store. That's it about right now for the iPad. That was actually the one thing that stuck out to me, the one I was actually interested in, and it does look really premium. It does look like a really good device. A big shocker for me was the fact that they now moved over to USB-C. About time, Apple. About time. Well, again, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already did so. All right, guys. Talk to you later.